It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. So I wanted to just go ahead and sit down and talk about this guy for like roughly like 15-20 minutes, right? Because I feel like Gekishin Squadra has an issue right now where it's just like the number one characters are just so unfun to play against, right? For the number one DPS, it's easily something like God Goku, for example. It's easily something like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just because of them being able to stay back, being able to beam down the enemy with the Super Kamehameha and the God Shoot. And it's just like something that's, again, kind of unfun to play against, especially when this guy is running rampant with the skill 1 boost, right? And it's just sad because, like, I love what they're doing with things like this, right? With these like emergency patch notes, I guess you could say. 3 days ago, they released the season 5.2 patch notes, and they saw that the quick zone helper was being abused. We have the clip right here, where it was them talking about that if you use the Jackie Chun buff as well as the Bola helper, you can go ahead and place it down and just be able to get infinite vanishes for free. Like you could just spam it like how it was in this clip, right? And you could see that this isn't something that was just like, because you can put infinite vanishes on in training as well, but that's not what they did, because you can see here right after the helper goes away, the gauge fills up as normal, right? And then you know what they said? They said, okay, we gotta fix that. That wasn't intended to happen, right? And then they go out and but before that, like roughly 2-ish months ago, they saw during the skill 2 boost, they saw that Hit was getting more stuns than he should have been in a like short amount of time. So they said, whoa. Well, now we're going to have it where the max range is decreased to sort of prevent something like that from happening. So now, unless you were specifically next to a bush, I believe, or if you were invisible, that's when you can get your stun off. And they even said right here, we have fixed this due to enemies being staggered more frequently than anticipated during the divine draw, which is really good, by the way. I want to take a second and give like so much praise to Gekishin Squadra, because this is something I believe they should do permanently. I feel like they should tell us every single time they make a change to a character and be like, we think that like let's take a character that they changed, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, right? We believe that Gotenks like skill 3 doesn't have as much utility as some other technicals, so we have gone ahead and made it where his skill 3 now has an extended range, so that way his slow is able to hit more people than usual. And I'd be like, dude, that's amazing. Thank you so much for telling us that. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, at least they're telling us where their mindset is, right? That, and it's something that I hope that they continuously do. But then it's just like we have it where I think this guy is being abused more than something like that infinite vanish combo is, and it's crickets. Anytime that you have superstar skill 1 boost, you're using this guy. It happens every single game. You are 100% more likely to see this than anything else. And it's like, I don't want them to take like an insane amount of time and make it where this guy is nerfed after the skill 1 boost is gone. Like, it's a next season that we finally get Super Saiyan 3 Goku nerf, because that's exactly what they did in the past. They made it where Super Saiyan 3 Goku second skill 1 boost was gone back in season 2. What did they do? They made it where his skill 1 was nerfed. They made it where his instant transmission was nerfed as well. And they changed the I think they just made it where like you're a little bit farther away from the target, so that way it's easier to pair the like the instant transmission Kamehameha, right? So it's like they did this, after the big like thing was gone. And sure, he definitely I think did deserve these nerfs, but it's just like they took too long to change that, so it made it feel like this guy was like a king to like mid-level, right? And then they did it more recently with Super Saiyan Goku and Kid Gohan as well, where they come out with the update and they're like, oh, we gotta nerf the squeaky hammers. It is the evil. We've all been saying it, that the squeaky hammers is a absurd divine draw, and that it is like, it makes the game unfun, right? And they nerf it, but then they see that the combo is being abused, so they nerf the combo that was being used on it as well. And you could ask like 99% of people, no one is gonna say like, oh my gosh, I think that Super Saiyan Goku and Kid Gohan were disgustingly broken on something that's not like squeaky hammers, right? I don't think that they deserve this nerf. Not a lot of people think that they deserve this nerf. And again, they just took too long on doing this when it could have just been done by changing the divine draw. Like, hell, just take out divine draws at this point. Take it out from ranked. But it's silly. It truly is. Because he just makes it where it's just like unfun, you know. And then God Goku is another character who I feel like is just dodging these nerfs as well, where he is a character who could just stay super far back and just continuously use skills and be able to do things that DPS just should not be able to do, where he's able to like help secure bosses while not even being inside of the fight at all. It's just stupid. It really is. And like I said, it just kind of makes it unfun to like play against, in a sense. Like the best way to play Gekishin Squadra is to stay super far back. And I don't like that. It's just not, I don't know. And I do think that, like, again, if enough of us are complaining, they truly just need to look at the numbers of the stuff that we're complaining about, right? Look at the win rate for Super Saiyan 3 Goku against people who are not using Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Look at the like average plays, I guess you could say, of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Look at the amount of damage that he's doing. Look at all of that stuff. The data that we can't see, you know, or damage that he's doing per game, and maybe change some of the stuff and do the emergency nerf that's there, because there's no reason why something like this can happen, but it won't happen for Super Saiyan 3 Goku or God Goku. There's no reason something like this can happen, and again, the same characters just can't be nerfed on top of this when they're being abused more than this was, when they're being abused more than this was. It's just sad, but I don't want it to be all doom and gloom. I am still having a lot of fun with the game, obviously, and the main reason why I make videos like this in the first place isn't to just complain. And I try to say it as much as I possibly can. It's because I do love the game. Like, I can bring up my hours every single time that I you know, talk about it in these videos, but you guys get the point. You guys know how many like videos I have on this. Like, it's hundreds of videos at this point, and it's because it's a game I love. It's a game I adore, and it's just stuff like this that I feel like it's just one outlier every single season that kind of makes it where like it could be a bit unfun and unfair to just face up against, I guess you could say. And this is just one of those things, right? The only thing that I'm hoping that it's not the reason, because they had this I guess you could say exact reason in the past is because of the world championship, right? And during the first Squadra Blast, they said it. They're like, we're not going to be nerfing anyone, so that way we can go ahead and have it where like the meta stays kind of exactly the same. People are able to practice for the first Squadra Blast and yada yada yada, right? And now during the World's Championship, I feel like the first stage happens and we check a lot of like the best characters, or not the best characters. Well, I guess you could, yeah, you could say, I guess not. It isn't really that reason. Then I was gonna say, well, maybe it's because of this that they don't want to nerf something like God Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but then again they nerfed Daima Goku. I don't know why they buffed Frieza though. Yeah. Speaking of, I'm gonna be participating in this tonight when this video comes out. So that's pretty cool. That's a little off topic though. But yeah, I just what I think would be like one of the best changes, or like a perfect change for this guy, if I had to say, by the way, is just make it where this is not existent. Distance will not reduce damage dealt if charged to max. Have it where like if the beam is beyond, we'll say let's be a little generous and say 50%. If the beam, if you're getting hit beyond 50%, you can have the damage reduced up to 50% or something like that. Because other characters have it where like they have the damage fall off for it. Do the same thing with God Goku. Make it where these play styles that have it where they're supposed to stay super far back and all that, make it where they deal less damage than usual. Then have it where they do the same amount of damage depending on how far, or that it's not dependent on how far back they are. Make it where they gotta go into the fight, god damn it. Like I don't know, it's genuinely just that easy. And hell, like again, people are showing like, oh yeah, we're able to abuse this with this helper. Brother, I've seen so many clips. I keep pulling that up. I should probably just close some of these tabs out. Brother, the amount of times that people have shown like Super Saiyan 3 Goku with what is it? The Elder Kai helper, or Super Saiyan God Goku with the Elder Kai helper. Like, dude, again, these are things that are just being abused 10 times more. I like I said, I just don't really like these play styles of just staying back. Dude, what the fuck? How does this guy have 1 out of 5 range? I just noticed is bullshit. What do you mean this guy has 1 out of 5 range? His skill 2 is one of the farthest skills. His ult can be hit from anywhere on the map, and they have it where it's 2. That might even be 1. No, that's 2. Where did they put this guy at? How is what? Sustained damage. Whatever, man. Please, Gekishin Squadra, if there's one person, on the team that's listening to this, please nerf these guys. Please, just make it where these play styles of staying super far back aren't as viable as they are. Because it's just like I said, it's just unfair and unfun. Either way though, let me know what you guys think, because it's just I always like reading your comments, and if I ever give like a heart, or you know, obviously if I comment under it, it's because, you know, I've read your comment and I either agree with it or I like it, or etc etc. So if I leave like a heart on your comment, just know that I read it. Like, I read the entire thing and I'm either agreeing with it or like it or anything like that. So it is always nice to see like what you guys think as well. But either way, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.